Oh, I'm sorry, I stopped recording, going back. We were able to complete unit 1, right? Unit 1 was huge unit. It was very long. It had 1A, 1B, workbook activities, 1C, workbook activities, but we managed to finish, right? That was last session, weekend number 2. Now, before we move on, I want to share our class activities for weekend number 3. And weekend number 3 is going to be based on unit number 2, right? We will try to work very hard so we can finish all the activities from the second unit of the book, okay? And this has been also already posted in Moodle, okay? So this is where we are now. That was the beginning of the whole English 3P, right? Alticia, announcements. This is information so you can access to Zoom, Flipgrid, and these were rubrics. That was unit 1, right? 1A, and then we move on to 1B, and then we move on to 1B workbook, right? We did the workbook. Then we will move on to 1C student book, and then we move on to 1C workbook. So we managed to go through some of the basic information about present simple, present continuous, how to describe a picture, right? And how we can physically describe someone, or now we know that it's not just physical description. We might tell something about people's personality. So there is a physical description and a personality description, and these can be used to describe pictures too, right? This is what we know up to now. And that was unit 1, A, B, and C. Now we're moving on to...
Miss, disculpe.
Yes.
Unos compañeros le escribieron por WhatsApp que le dejen permitir a entrar a la reunión.
Okay.
No le...
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. That was Ernesto. I'm letting Ernesto join in now. I think about Ernesto. Let me see, Juliana. Okay, let me see. Let me go back. Thank you for letting me know. Let me see. Okay, Ernesto is in, right? Jessica. Hi, Jessica. Thanks for being here. I didn't know you were, you were writing on the group. I was looking at the screen, but I'm glad you made it. So Jessica's here. What about Juliana? Juliana. Is Juliana here now? Let me see. I think she's not yet, right? Okay, let me see. Just give me 1 second. Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to contact Juliana. I can see Wilson. Ernesto, good morning. Hi, I'm glad you made it. And Jessica too.
Good morning, teacher.
Okay. Okay, I'm glad you made it. I'm trying to contact one of the girls. She's trying to get in, and I'm trying to help her. Okay. Let me see. Just give me 1 second. Okay. And I'm gonna open in here. It's very useful to open WhatsApp on your computer, but sometimes I forget to open it from here. So I can share the link to the Zoom access. Maybe she's trying to get in, but it's getting a little hard for her. Okay, make sure again, so maybe she can join. Okay. Zoom. Okay. It's in here. But I think the Zoom access it's on the group, right? But maybe she doesn't have it. So let me share it again. That's Flipgrid. Okay. Okay. I'm trying to share the link in the Zoom link through WhatsApp. Okay, so I hope that it works for her. But thanks for letting me know. I didn't know she was trying to get in. I was trying to show you Moodle, right? What was the last topic we went checking last week, right? So we tried to, we managed to finish unit number 1 and we were about to start unit number 2, right? So I asked you to do something on the slides. That was unit 1C, and this was the beginning of unit number 2, right? So we were talking about holidays, right? And we managed to do this reading activity about Joe and Laura. But then I asked you to do something on my slides. And I think I haven't been able to share my slides for today's session for this weekend. So I will do it now through the chat in Zoom. Okay, so let me share it in here. Okay. So this is the access to this weekend's class activities. Everything is based on the textbook used, and all the activities posted on Moodle are taken from this textbook, right? And this is what I used to design my slides, and this is what I am sharing to you through the Zoom chat. Okay, I'll show you Moodle now. Okay, so this is unit 2, right? Unit 2A, and this is where we are right now. We're gonna think about our last holiday, okay? So before we do anything else, we're gonna go through this activity. It's called My Last Holiday. If you click in here, I'm gonna open this in a new tab, in a new window, so I can show you. This is what you will be looking at. Okay, let me go back again and back again. So this is the activity. It's called My Last Holiday Trip. Okay, so we're gonna do this. We're gonna try to do it now. If you click in here, My Last Holiday Trip, that will take you to something called Jamboard. Okay, Jamboard is kind of a whiteboard where you can write. Okay, let me show you how Jamboard looks like. Once you click there, something about while you work on Jamboard, I would like to explain something about past simple. Okay, let me go back to the slides. Okay. So this is what we were practicing, right? You can now I want you to use these phrases. We went camping. Last year, we went on a holiday to Italy. And we went out at night with friends. We went sightseeing. We went by plane, right? So you can recycle and reuse these different holiday activities vocabulary. We bought souvenirs. We stayed in a hotel. We had a good time. We spent time with friends. This is what I want you to describe. Now, if you want to do that kind of description, you need to use past simple tense, right? Because past simple tense allows you to describe actions completed at a definite time in the past. So you went to Cuenca and then the trip ends, right? If it's finished, you're not in Cuenca anymore. That happened last year. So you're describing activities, or you're describing something that happened in the past and stay in the past. It's not happening now. If I went to Canada last year in December, I went to Canada in December the 1st, and I stayed for 10 days, and then I came back to Ecuador. So that already happened in December. It's not happening now. Okay, so that's an action that was completed in the past. So how can you use present past simple to describe these different actions? You always need a personal pronoun. It might be you, she, it, we, they, you. It might be singular forms, maybe plural forms. If it's about you and it's only one person, or if it's about you and there's different people, okay? You started or you went to. If it's positive. If it's negative, you always need an auxiliary form. What is the auxiliary form for the past? Did. So you didn't start, he didn't start, she didn't start, we didn't stay, we didn't go, if it's negative. And if it's a question, I always need to use the auxiliary form before, and then the personal pronoun, and then the action. Did it start last year? Did I stay in a hotel in Cuenca? Did you have a good time? Did they enjoy the trip? So that would be the question. And then the verb remains in its original form because you're using an auxiliary already. So you can make positive sentences, negative sentences, or questions, or even questions. Okay, this is what we're practicing right now. How are we practicing this? By describing our last holiday. Okay, so let's go back to Jamboard and let's see how are you doing. Okay, my lady's working already. Good. So now we're looking at Jamboard. Okay, Katesh is writing all the questions so she can answer to each of them. Okay, good. Katesh, you can add a background. Okay, you added already a background. Okay. You might add pictures, you might add shapes if you want. Let me see, Luis Antonio, okay, good. Damaris is working too. Okay. Natalia, excellent. And this is a picture of Ambato, so it's easier and it's nice to have this picture on the background of your poster to make it easier to understand where do you go to, right? Excellent, Natalia, nice. Okay, Daniela, Quito, good. Jessica, you might talk about anywhere. It might be, maybe you went to Quito also. Maybe you went to, I think you live in Riobamba. Maybe if you live in Riobamba, you went to Baños, or maybe you went to Azuay, or maybe you went to El Puyo, Pastaza. Maybe you went to Cuenca too. Maybe you came to Guayaquil. Maybe you stay in Riobamba, but maybe you visit some other places you have never visited before, and you can describe beautiful places in Riobamba. Might be. Okay. Carlita. And Luis Fernando. Oh, Luis Fernando is not here, so he will be doing the activity, and Wendy too. They can do it when they join. And this is Gabby. Good, Gabby. And this is Juliana and Jocelyn. Good, Jocelyn. So you went to the States. You visit New York. Oh, New York is an awesome. It's wonderful. It's called the city that never sleeps because it never sleeps. You can go out anytime during the day or night, and there's gonna be always something happening in New York. There's a lot of touristic places. It's amazing. And this is Ernesto. Ernesto, maybe you can talk about a place, try to remember a place you visited. Wilson. Juan, good. And Juan Guillermo. Okay. If you went to the beach with friends, you can add a background. Okay, with the beach, I can help. You go here, image, and maybe we can use, all of the pictures about the beach are beautiful, right? Look, it could be this one. It could be this one. Look. Okay, maybe you don't like that one, and maybe you want to go again, and you keep looking for a better background. Maybe the one that you like might be this one. Okay, if you want to change it, you can change it anytime. Okay, I just wanted to help. And that's it. And these are the instructions. Did something happen? Maybe you lost your flight. You missed your flight. Maybe you lost your keys. Maybe you got lost. It might happen. You are in a place you have never been before. You might get lost. Puede ser que se pierda. You might, maybe you reunited with old friends, or maybe you visited your family who lived in Cuenca. So you can always provide a little bit of more information about what happened on your last trip. Okay. So this is going to be another project. These are called projects, but these are like class projects. Okay. So it's not something that we are doing as a homework. We're trying to do it in the session so we don't have to do it later. Okay, Milady, you can also set a background if you want. It will be nice. Or you can add sticky notes like this, como post-its. In English they're called post-its. No sé cómo se llaman en español. I don't know the name in Spanish, but like notitas, right? So you might use that if you want. Where do you go? So you can add a sticky note, and you can even select the color of your sticky note. I went to Riobamba, like for example, and then you click on save, and then and then you can have it. If you want to delete it, if you want to move it, you can move it like this. If you want to add more information, you can always write on the sticky note again. Okay. I know maybe the first time it's gonna take time, but then once you get used to Jamboard, it's gonna be easy. Okay. We're learning. Everybody's learning. Even me. Even I might be the teacher, but I'm always learning something. We all learn. Great, Kateshi. I love it. It's really nice. Okay. So Kateshi, can you tell us about your trip to Montañita? Where did you go? What did you do? Who did you go with? Kateshi? Can you share with all of us, please? There she. I think she's not there. Okay, let me see somebody else. Luis, Damaris. Okay. Okay, Natalia still working. Daniela, good. Jessica. Okay. Carlita still working. Okay. Luis Fernando. Gaby. Wait. Juliana. Okay, good. A clinical nutrition congress. Nice. And that happened in Cuenca. Great. Jocelyn, can you share with us what happened in your trip? I love the pictures.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. In the last year, I went with my mom and his friend in New York.
Oh.
I visited the State of Liberty in New Jersey, Central Park, Empire State.
Nice.
Yeah. I don't remember the hotel, but it was close to Times Square.
Times Square is like the center of, it's like in the downtown.
Yeah.
It's
Yes,
nice.
yes.
There's a lot of lights and stores.
Yes. The question that say what was the food like? In the trip, it's so expensive. So only yeah, only pizza and bread.
Breakfast.
Yes, only that.
Yeah. A lot of pizza. That's cheap.
Yeah, the weather was so cold. No snowy, but it's very chilly.
And windy.
We woke up early to visit all the place as soon as possible. I used the subway and had to make reservation and certain. I took many photos. I bought clothes and perfumes. Almost, we got lost. I went to a bar and often returned late to the hotel. Everything was beautiful, and the only problem was the airport. Yeah, for check-in, check-out,
A lot of people.
visa,
There's hundreds and thousands of people. Even the airport is huge. It's like a whole city. Just the airport. Just JFK. It's huge.
And the language was never an issue. Yes.
Nice. I'm glad.
Because it's I don't know, but all person speak Spanish.
Yeah, there's a lot of Hispanic people. A lot. There's people from Colombia, Peru, Cuba, I don't know, Panama, El Salvador, Nicaragua. So there's people from all over the world. And from all those people, there's always a lot of people who speak Spanish, right? So language is not really an issue. It could be in New York, but maybe in other cities, it might not be the case. There might not be too many people who speak Spanish, but it's always good to know that language was not an issue. Good. Excellent, Jocelyn. Thank you. I love the pictures. Thank you. Thank you so much. I really like it. Your description. So how you were able to describe this? What kind of language do you use to describe? How do you call this? When you say, I visited, it was an expensive trip, food wasn't a top priority, we woke up, I used the subway. So these are some of the sentences you wrote. I took many pictures. I bought clothes. So which tense is the one you're using now?
Past tense.
So this is past tense, and all the action verbs are not in present time, they're written in past tense. So it means they're not written in the same way as they are written in present simple time, right? So that was something that I wanted you to practice. Thank you, Jocelyn. Thank you so much. I'm still missing Ernesto. Ernesto, what happened? Are you still trying to don't look, Ernesto, there's on the left side of the Jamboard, aquí en la parte izquierda, a su mano izquierda, there's something called text box. So text box es como una cajita aquí donde usted puede, so once you click in there, you click again in here, and you can write. So this is how you write. Hello, like this. And and there you go, you have a text box. If you don't want it, quiere borrarlo, you go to delete y lo borra. If you want to, instead of writing just as a text box, you want to use a sticky note. So you can choose the color like this, and then my name is Diana, for example. And then you click on save, ya lo guarda, and that's it. And then you go in here and you can see your sticky note. If you want to rewrite it, my last trip, and then you write again, and you click on save, lo guarda, and that's it. And this is how you can write, okay? And this is how you add information. Wilson, good. Wilson is grabbing all the questions. Juan, good. So where did you go, Juan? Tell us. Juan Fernando.
I go to Quito.
I went to Quito, right?
In August 10th, I go with my family. I stay with my sister live here. And,
oh, she lives in Quito. Okay. Good.
We stay with my sister.
Okay.
When
did you go? I think you added here for August 10th. That was the last holiday. Okay.
The last holiday.
Who did you go with? So in here you have to mention, you can mention I went with my family.
Yes, I looking for a picture.
Yeah, and then you can add it as a sticky note. I went with my family. And this is how we're practicing past simple tense. Okay, good Juan, thank you. Let me see, this is Juan Guillermo. He's describing a trip to the beach. Excellent. Okay, now, so as I know that some of you are already done, and this is Carla, can you tell us about Curaçao? Okay.
Yes, me. Well, I visited Curaçao in my last vacation. It was really exciting. I went in February of this year with 4 friends.
Okay.
We stayed at the resort with everything was included. And we had many food options and type of restaurants.
Okay.
The weather was excellent because beginning is a beach. The sun accompanied us the entire trip. We were only there for 5 days, but we would not be able to visit the city and some other beaches outside the resort. At night, we were able to visit some bars, and we really had exciting times. We didn't have any problems with our trip, but we were among a group of kind who had just graduated from high school. So, this is a little problem, but it was really exciting, the trip.
Okay. Yeah, because young people, they might be a little noisy and they might be like se relajo, things like that. But that's
yes, 4 friends, all of
the kids.
Yes.
The teenagers.
The teenagers.
Yeah.
And for all women.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they want to go and go wild and go crazy. but that's, it happens, yeah, because they're young. Okay.
We are young too.
Yeah, we were young too. We're still young. Yeah, of course. Thank you, Carlita. So that was Curacao, nice. And that was Daniela, Quito. Oh, Quito is beautiful. Danielita, what happened in Quito? How was your trip?
Okay, I went to Quito 2 weeks ago for visit my aunt and my sister.
Okay.
I stayed in my aunt's house for 1 week, and every day we went to shopping and went out at night, most of the time for 8, in a fancy restaurant which had the best Italian food I have ever eat.
Okay.
The weather was sunny and hot for
Okay.
Quito.
Yeah.
We spent a really great time.
Mhm.
I do have problems. When I arrived in the airport in Quito, I realized that I forgot my bag with my wallet, my
Oh.
ID, and my cash
Oh
in
my
the
God,
plane. So my
Okay.
aunt and I had to wait for a lady to help us.
Uh-huh.
And 30 minutes later, I was able to have my backpack.
Oh, nice. Okay, well, not that wasn't nice.
Not
I
nice.
think not nice at all. But it happens. Yeah, sometimes it
Yeah.
happens. Yeah, it happens. I'm just going to do some very slightly observations in the writing. When you say I went to Quito, that's past tense, right? I went to Quito 2 weeks ago to visit. Okay, let me see if I can. I'm sorry. I can rewrite to visit my ay caramba, to visit my aunt and my sister. I stayed at, we're gonna look at these prepositions later. I stayed at my aunt's house for 1 week, and every day we went shopping and went out at night most of the time. To eat in here instead of to or ate. To eat, we went out most of the time to eat. Sorry. Or it could be we went out most of the time to have dinner. It could be, yeah, to have dinner. Okay. In fancy restaurants, which, had the best Italian food I've ever eaten. And that's present perfect. But that's gonna be after that. We're focusing now in past simple. But it's just a little observation. The weather was sunny. We spent a really great time. I did, because I'm talking about the past. I did have it would be I did have, right? Because I'm using the auxiliary form. I did have some problems or some issues. When I arrived at the airport in Quito, I realized that I forgot my bag in the plane, so my aunt and I had to wait for a lady to help us. 30 minutes later, I was able to have my bag back. Excellent, excellent, Danny. Yeah, I was just doing some little corrections. That's my job. So my last trip to Ambato, Natalia, tell us about Ambato. What happened?
Okay, my last trip was in Ambato on May 5th.
Okay.
I went with my parents and my brother, and we stayed at my mom's cousin's house. The food was very delicious, and the weather was very good and rained a little bit.
Okay.
During the day, my family and I went to a little cousin's baptism, and in the night, we went to eat in a restaurant, and then we went to a park that I don't remember very well the name, but
okay,
it's Parque Los Enamorados, I think.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
remember.
Okay.
Okay, and then took pictures. It was an incredible trip, and we have a good time, and we didn't have problems in this trip.
Nice, nice. Thank you, Natalia. Thank you. Thanks, everyone. I think, oh, Luis, look at this. This is Manta. Beautiful. Damari. So I was trying to see if everyone was done by now so we can share. Milady's done. Kateshi, She talked about Montañita and Luis. Manta, Luis, can you share your trip to Manta, please? If it's possible. Luisito, I don't know if Luis is in here. I think he said
Yes,
that
miss.
when. Oh, what happened in Manta? Tell me. Tell us.
I went to Manta and went to visit my family. I also to book fish. I went with my dad. The food is very delicious.
Delicious.
Special to seafood.
Seafood. Seafood is everything from the sea, right? It could be shrimps, fish, octopus, everything. That's called seafood. I'm sorry. I was interrupting. Okay. Okay, Manta is beautiful. So you were able to describe where did you go? Who did you go to? You went with your family. You went to visit your family and to buy some fish. Okay. According to Luis, he went with his dad and the food was delicious. Excellent. Damaris, Damaris, tell us about your trip to Salinas. I think it's Salinas, right?
On my last vacation, I went in July.
Okay.
With family, and we stayed in a hotel. The food was delicious. The weather was sunny. During the day, I took photos and swim at the beach. And in the night, I meet with my friends.
Okay.
And I enjoyed with my family. And I find I didn't have any problem.
Excellent. I'm glad that the trip was a beautiful experience for you and your family. Thank you, Damaris. Thank you so much. Natalia, I think, do you tell us about your trip to Ambato?
Yes, miss, I tell you.
Okay. I'm just trying to remember if I ask, because I don't want to leave this, you did a beautiful job and I wanted you to share, right, the experience. I'm still missing Luis Fernando and Gabi and Juliana. What happened with in your last trip? Can you tell us?
My last trip was to Cuenca.
Okay.
The trip was 1 year ago with some friends. University friends.
Okay.
we went to a congress of clinical nutrition. We stayed 4 days. We stayed in an Airbnb.
Okay.
The weather was so nice. It's cold, but at the same time, it's hot. Fortunately, we didn't have any problems. We went to the congress for 3 days, and the 4th day, we were free and visit touristic places.
Nice. So you were able to enjoy and do some sightseeing, right? And to take pictures. Cuenca is beautiful. I mean, it's one of the most beautiful cities in our country. You go to Cuenca, you feel like you're not even in Ecuador. You feel like you are in Europe. I don't know, Spain. It's amazing. Yeah, I love it too. Thank you, guys. Thanks everyone, and thank you all for sharing your experience in your last trip. Now, I'm gonna still leave this open. If I understand there's 2 students who haven't been able to be here in the session, so they will be working on that activity later. But now let's go back to Moodle, okay? We still have 30 more minutes to work on. There's 2 activities from unit number 2, okay? So that was our description of our last holiday. And now there's just 2 quizzes. Okay, I don't know why it's always in Spanish. It should be in English. Okay, I fixed it already. And this is what I do with everything. I try to surround myself with the language whenever possible. So if you are using your computer, your phone, that's what I do. I try to set the language always in English, so I can always keep practicing, and it pushes me to read in English, to listen in English, something, so it's always useful. So that was unit number 2, right? Let me see, let me go back. So this is 2A, right? And we're talking about holidays and about past simple, right? When we describe our last holidays, we use past simple to say, I went to Cuenca, I went to Curacao, I went to Salinas with my family, I stayed at an Airbnb like Juliana, I went with my college friends, right? I think that's what you mentioned. I went to Cuenca, we stayed at an Airbnb place, and the weather was beautiful, so we're using past simple to talk about something that already happened and an action that happened in the past and it stayed in the past. It's not happening now, okay? So now, there's just 2 quizzes about these verbs in past tense. In English, we might have something called regular verbs and irregular verbs. Regular verbs are the ones that do not change that much. So if it's work in past tense, it becomes worked, right? You add an ed at the end. But there are some irregular verbs, they change completely. So the verb go, for example, when you say, I go to the supermarket in present time. In past time, it becomes, I went to the supermarket. So the verb changes entirely, completely. It's another word already. So that's called irregular verbs, okay? And this is just a practice about verbs, right? And how they are written in past tense. So what is the past simple of these verbs? Are they regular or irregular? Check your answers in Joe's text. And this is about these action verbs were taken from the reading about Joe and Sandra. I think it was Sandra, the couple who went on a holiday, but then the relationship was over by the time they came back. So these are some verbs. So we're just gonna try to practice. So if it's go, how is it written in past tense?
When.
When.
Okay, it becomes when. How do you write when? We're gonna try to spell them, spell the words so we don't make a mistake. It's W. Ajá.
E.
Ajá.
N. T.
T. So go becomes went in the past, okay? Begin. Begin, and these are all in present time verbs, and they're gonna write them in past. So begin, if begin is in present simple, how do you write begin in past? So begin becomes B-E-G-A-N, began, right? So spend, spend money, S-P-E-N-T, it becomes spent in past tense. I spent money on my last trip. That was in the past. Leave.
Legs.
It becomes L-E-F-T, left. I'm leaving the session now. That's happening now. But if I say in the past, I left the session. That's past tense. Okay. What about the verb want?
Want.
It becomes wanted. W-A-N. And then D. So this will be a regular verb. Why? Because you only have to add an ed at the end. So if it's want, it becomes wanted. And wanted means that I need to add ed at the end of the verb. And that's a regular verb. But what about the verb be? Is be a regular?
Was were.
So be is an irregular verb because it changes. Be becomes was or were, right? So why is be has 2 different versions in past tense? Because was, it will be used for singular forms and were for plural forms. So if it's one people, she was, he was, I was, one people, it becomes was. If it's you were, they were, more than 2 people, that's plural forms. Okay, so it becomes where. What about stay?
Stayed.
S-T-A-Y-E-D. Regular, I mean a regular verb because you only add ed at the end. What about think? Think.
Thought.
Thought.
T-H-O-U-H. No, I mean T-H-O-U-G-H-T. Thought. So think becomes thought in past simple. What about know?
No.
It becomes K-N-E-W. Knew. In past tense. So it's an irregular verb. Stay, regular verb. Think, irregular verb. No, irregular verb because it changes, right? Argue. Argue is like, oh, but I told you. No, but you said this. No, but I... That is to have an argument, to argue with something. No, but I think, no, but you're wrong. No, but she's not. Like that. I think you understand. That is argue, to argue with someone, to have an argument, right? So argue becomes argued. Believe it or not, it's a regular verb. So you only have to add an ed at the end. And sunbathe. Sunbathe is a regular verb too. It becomes sunbathed. My skin was sunbathed by the sun when I went to Salinas, for example. Take. It's an irregular verb, and it becomes T-O-O-K. Took. And this is how you write verbs in past simple. Some of them are regular verbs, some of them are irregular verbs because they change completely. Okay, so now you try. Gonna leave this. I'm gonna stop sharing that, and I want to share something with you about verbs before we go on to the next quiz. Let me see if it's in here. No, I think I added a list of verbs, irregular and regular forms in Moodle, but I don't remember in which section I added those. It's very useful to have a verb list always, because there's a lot of verbs. There's like thousands of verbs. So I'm not gonna ask you to remember each of the verbs and how they are written, but those verbs are more common used. Some verbs are not that commonly used, but it's useful to identify when are they regular or irregular verbs in the past. So let me see. We are on unit 2, right? So we did this, it was for A, and now we're gonna try for B. Now they're giving us the verbs, but not in the past. They're giving us the verb in past tense, so we have to guess how they are written in present time. I mean, not in present time, but in its main form, in the original form of the verb. So if it's booked in past simple, how is it going to be written in infinitive form? Book, right? To book a flight, to book a hotel, okay? And what about cost? There are some verbs that will not change, and cost is one of them. Cost or cut or set is gonna be the same. They won't change. So let me see if I can write in here. I don't know what happened. Cost, right? It's the same, but I cannot write. Let me see, let me go back. I don't know what I did, but I cannot write. Okay, let me try again. So this is book, and this is cost, right? It's the same, it doesn't change. Past or present or infinitive form. Rented.
Rent.
It's just rent, right? Complained. It's just complain, like that. So that is the infinitive form of the verb complain, and then in the past is complained, right? What about ask? In its main form or infinitive form is just ask, right? Wanted is just want. Could. Can. Excellent. Bought is just buy in infinitive form. Felt. Feel. Feel. That's the infinitive form of the verb, feel. Ate. Infinitive. Eat. But it changes completely in the past. Had is just have. Invited is just invite, right? Said. Say. Choose. Chose is past tense, and then present or infinitive form, it will be choose. Choose and chose. Was. Be. It's just be. Paid. It's just pay, right? And went. Go. And that's it. So these are the verbs in infinitive forms, and these are the verbs in the past. So we're doing like the opposite, right? We're not writing them in past, but we're writing them in its main form. Okay, and that's quiz 4B. What are the infinitive forms? And that's it. And now you try. Wait, I'm sorry. Good, Gabby, Natalia. Good, Milady, Damaris, Juliana. I think Milady tried once, but now she's trying again, right? Good. Daniela and Jocelyn. I'm missing Ernesto. What is Ernesto? Ernestito, don't forget to do this. Wilson, where is Wilson? Juan. Juan Guillermo, Juan Fernando. Oh, Juan Guillermo is done. Where is Juan Fernando? Juan Fernando is done too. Wilson, I'm missing Wilson. Wilson, ¿cómo está? Carlita, let me see Carla. Jocelyn is working again. Carla's working. Kateshi. Milady, where is Milady? Milady. Milady's done. Okay. Okay. So those are the only two quizzes from Unit 2A from the student book. Let's double check again. Let's see if we're not missing anything. Let me see. So this is 2A, right? This is where we are now. 2A, and this is traveling. This is the topic. And that was for A and for B, right? And then I think we don't have any other quizzes. We did this last holiday description. And I have one more past tense verb. This is another practice. This is another practice that I wanted to do with you. Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing Moodle now, and let's go to Wordwall. Let me share the access to Wordwall. I really like these Wordwall activities. Oh no. It's very easy to use. It's not really complicated. And it's very, very, very interesting. This. Can you please open them? I mean, open the link. The last link I added, it's about practice for verbs in past tense. That is already shared in the chat. It's a word wall activity. I want you to open it from your own computer. It might be your PC or the laptop you're using, the device you're using, it might be your tablet, but try to go to Wordwall on your own, okay? And then, I don't know if someone can share their screen. Who can share your screen? Ernesto, Jessica, Daniela, Milady, Natalia. I don't know if someone can share the screen so we can do it together. I already have it on my computer. It's just a practice for verbs. Have you ever played El Ahorcado before? Maybe. Have you ever? El ahorcado. This is like el ahorcado. In English, it's called hangman. Hangman, el ahorcado. Somehow. So if you make a mistake, the body of the hangman is going to be drawn in the blackboard, right? So the past tense of the verb see. What if I make a mistake and I write Q? If I'm making a mistake, if I write A, for example, that is one of the letters, okay? But what if I write L? So
W.
Okay, W is fine. What if I say that N is the first letter? So
S.
I have the head of the hangman. So it's not L. What is the missing letter?
S.
S, right? Okay. So the past tense of the verb see is so. Okay. And that's how you play it. Okay. The past tense of the verb eat. What if I say that it's D? So I start having.
A-T-E.
Which one?
A-T-E.
A. Is it A? No, that's E, right? Okay, but it was fine. A. Okay. And then, which other letter I'm missing? I'm missing another letter. Wilson. Ah, la cara de Wilson. Which is it? What about this one? That's not the one, right? What about P? Ahí está la cabeza del ahorcado.
Sí.
Ay, casi que nos ahorcamos. Sí, okay. I'm just playing. I'm just joking. Because I want to see the ahorcado like that. Okay, the past tense of the verb jump. Which one? Jump.
J.
Okay, A. I heard
J.
J.
Okay, J.
J-U-M.
J. U. Who said U?
M-P.
N.
E-D.
M.
M.
Okay, thank you, Juan. And then
P.
Carlita, let me see. P, right? And then Kateshi.
E.
Okay. And then last one.
D.
D. Jumped. Okay, Jessica, thank you. Okay, and that's it. And then you this is how you keep on going. The past tense of the verb here. Here. But you're playing it on your own, right? This is me, but I want you to do it. At the end, this is like a competition. I need to see your names on the leaderboard. Okay, what is the first letter? What about R?
H.
H, excellent. And then, Luis. ¿Qué dice Luis? Juan.
D.
A.
A.
D.
E.
D. Okay. A. Okay.
E.
E. So here becomes heard in past tense. Okay, one more. Have or has, the past tense of this verb, have or has. ¿Qué dice Juan? Juan
A.
Guillermo. A. Okay.
D.
A. H. And
D.
D, right? Had. So the verb have becomes had. Okay, one more. Play. ¿Qué dice el público? Jessica. Kateshi. Juliana. ¿Dónde está Juliana? Oh, there she is.
A.
Okay. E, L,
L.
A,
I. L.
Y,
J.
J. Where is J?
E.
E,
D.
and D. So So the verb play in past becomes played. Okay, una más. The past tense of the verb go. This is easy.
When,
So,
when
W,
E,
E,
M,
N,
T,
and T. So, go becomes went in the past perfect. Una más. Yes. Ajá. Jessica. So this is just a practice, but this is called the hangman in English. What is the first letter?
L,
Okay. And then
L,
F. Who said F?
E, E,
E.
A,
A.
R,
R.
M,
M.
N,
C. N. I'm playing.
D,
Then E. Okay. And that's it. So learn becomes learned. Okay, just with ED. Sleep. Okay. What is the first letter?
S,
S.
L,
No.
L. Okay.
E, double E,
Double E.
P,
E.
Not D.
D.
P,
But E is already taken. P.
Hey.
T,
And T. Slept. So the verb sleep in the past becomes slept. Dance.
dance,
Okay.
D,
D.
A,
A.
M,
M.
N,
Okay.
C,
C. E. E.
E,
And that's it. And that's it. Dance. The verb dance becomes dance. And that's it. So in the leaderboard, I want you to write your name. Oh, it doesn't let me. It usually lets me see your name, right? These are some other students who already played. Edgar, Mario, Anthony, Christian, Talia, Natalia, Daniel. Sometimes you might even write your last name. Okay, if you want to.
¿Cómo se pone el nombre?
You know, it's weird. Sometimes it lets you write your name and sometimes it doesn't. Yo creo que en este caso no me permitió porque a mí tampoco me permitió. I wanted to write my name so I can see my.
Iniciamos sesión entonces.
I think you need to. I think you need to have your own account on Wordwall, maybe.
Yeah, miss.
But I have my own. If you can see, I have signed with my own users, but it didn't let me. A veces deja, a veces no. I don't know. It's kind of weird, but it's nice. Okay, so let me see. So we have managed to finish. We managed to finish past tense verbs, and we are right now on Unit 2A. Okay, so I believe we can have a break now, right? Would you like to have the break now? I think we can, right? We can go on a break now, and we might come back at 11:05, so we can keep working on. So we still have to go through the workbook and the workbook activities on Unit 2A, and then we will be moving on to 2B. So there's still a lot to do, okay? But let's have a break now, and then we'll be back. Okay, so I'm gonna stop